Hi, I'm Mark Gaylor. I'm a Sony Imaging Ambassador, and welcome to this unboxing video of these two Leofoto products. Now, I don't normally do unboxing videos, but I'm not expecting any surprises because I'm already a fan of a couple of the Leofoto products. Now, in the larger of the two boxes here, I'm getting an update to an LS-223CEX Ranger tripod. Now, this is the older version of the tripod that I have, and I'm a big fan of this tripod. I'm a big fan of very short tripods that are low in weight and very portable. Absolutely my favorite vantage point when doing landscape is very low to the ground, and so I don't really see the need for getting big heavy tripods that I don't really want to carry about, and I wouldn't extend the legs if I owned them or could be bothered to carry them to the location. So when I was looking for the best quality small tripod that money could buy, I found it in the LS-223CEX Ranger tripod. It is a premium quality tripod. Now, the newer version has a leveling plate, and this has become of great interest to me because I've just started doing some panoramic stitching of 3 vertical images using my Alpha 1 and my 20mm wide angle lens. So let's take a look at the first of the two products, which is in the smaller of the two boxes, which should be an L-plate for my Alpha 1 camera. Now, I'll just show you that I already have a quick detach plate on the base of my Alpha 1. This is another Leofoto product. It's their titanium quick detach plate. Quick detach because it's got this D-ring here. Now, you can see that I've got a Peak Design cuff strap or wrist strap attached to the bar on the side of this. I prefer attaching my wrist straps to the base of the camera rather than to the top lug, which I reserve for my Peak Design slide strap. So let's get rid of the Peak Design wrist strap first, and then I'll detach the quick detach plate. And just a few turns of that D-ring should detach this from the camera like so. Okay, so now this is ready to accept the L-plate, which should be in this top box here. So let's take a look. There's the L-plate, and we also have a bag of Allen keys to go with the other 99 Allen keys that I've acquired when buying new tripods. Now, I'll be looking for the larger of the two Allen keys, and let's just get this out of the bag. Okay, so here is the L-plate. Now, there's only a single attachment Allen key that goes on, so that should be really quick to attach. By looking at this product, you can see that the Allen key has a slide there for fine-tuning the mounting position. We've also got this additional hole here with this what looks to be a stainless steel bush here. Now, I know from seeing other Leofoto products of their lens feet that they design for the larger Sony zoom lenses, such as the 200-600 and the 100-400 GM lens, plus also the 400 and 600 primes. This allows for Leofoto's quick detach strap system. Just a single push of a button and that will attach firmly to that quick detach point there. So that might, if you're a fan of those products, you'll see that this product also carries that bush there. Okay, so let's offer this up to the camera, and it should only work one way, of course, and it looks like it's going to attach there. So I'll just quickly attach this. Just a few turns of the screw should have that into position nicely. Now, of course, with that sliding position there, this does allow me to move the L-plate away from the camera. Now, I might be able to get access to some of the doors on the side of the camera, but for the work that I do, I won't actually need to open any of those doors because I use Sony's Bluetooth remote in order to trigger my my landscape work. Now I do notice that because this is a shorter L-plate, I've got uninterrupted access to the battery compartment there, so all is good so far. Now, being an Arca Swiss design, this does allow me to attach this directly to an Arca Swiss tripod head in either landscape orientation or vertical orientation. And it's the vertical orientation I'm most interested in, which is why I've got this L-plate for this Alpha 1, because I'm going to do 3 vertical images to create a wider panoramic view. Now, 3 images captured on the 20mm wide angle lens should give me an equivalent angle of view of 12 to 14mm. It will also increase the megapixel count from 50 megapixels to 100 megapixels. So there is certainly something to be said by creating these panoramic images using not 14 or 12mm lenses, but using a slightly longer focal length lens. Now let's get into the tripod itself. Okay, there's a couple of things that I should point out on the box itself. One, of course, is the 10-year warranty. Being a premium product, Leofoto are obviously quite keen to tell you that they don't expect this product to fail anytime soon. So that, of course, is a good selling point for the product. The other selling points for the product is the materials. It's a carbon fiber construction. That's the legs. Now, obviously, you're going to get a much bigger weight saving on the larger tripods by using carbon fiber, but any premium materials is welcome, even on the smaller tripods. The folded length of 220mm, of course, is one of the big selling points. Now, it is going to be slightly longer than the LS-223C that I currently own, because this newer version, the CEX version, does have an incorporated leveling plate in the tripod itself. Now, Leofoto do sell leveling plates that you can add to tripods to update them if you're interested in what I'm about to show you, creating 3 vertical images. Of course, I'm absolutely after the maximum possible weight saving, and so having an incorporated leveling plate is going to be an advantage for the work that I'm wanting to do. Of course, they also advertise that it's got a 15-degree tilt on that leveling plate, and I'll talk to you a little bit about why that is useful for this type of work when I get into the tripod itself. Okay, so let's quickly open the box and remove the tripod from the box, which comes in a plastic bag to protect it in transit from any moisture perhaps. We also have a carrying case, which is obviously very useful if your camera bag's full. Having a separate carrying case for your tripod is also going to be very useful. Now, I do have one of these with the previous tripods. The advantage, of course, of having such small tripods, however, is they'll go inside your messenger bag. You don't have to carry them on the outside. So let's open up and have a look at the tripod. I've got the tripod also in a plastic bag here, but we've also got a couple of additional accessories in a zipping side pouch. Now, we've got more Allen keys, would you believe? But we've also got this useful Leofoto multi-tool, which I've already got one of these from the previous tripod I own. This is useful to clip to your waist belt, and it does include the 2 Allen keys, plus also a bottle opener should you want to drink beer while you're on location, and also a sort of a screwdriver attachment there as well. So that's much more useful than carrying loose Allen keys, I find. We also have an option to switch out the rubber feet on the base of the tripod to metal feet, and these have spikes, and this might be your preference, and of course Leofoto are giving you that choice. So let's move that out of the way, and what we'll do now is we'll come into the new tripod. Okay, so beautiful feel to these tripods, really premium materials that they're using in the construction. And of course the folded down width also is the diameter is quite small compared to tripods that use a center column. You will notice there is no center column to raise out of the head with these tripods, but that again is a weight saving, and we're really not buying these tripods for height. The fact that these legs do extend is really just for leveling on uneven ground or getting above tall grass. So you can see the maximum extended height on these 3 section legs here will still be quite short. So if you're looking for something a lot higher than this, then you probably need to be looking elsewhere. But I love the low vantage point because, as I said, it does bring in the foreground information into the image, creating a much more richer and more dynamic landscape image. If we can actually get the driftwood on the beach into the landscape by adopting that low vantage point, it does create, for me, a better landscape image. If I just collapse those legs again, we can compare that with the older version of this tripod without the leveling plate, and you can see, yes, it's just a little bit higher because of that leveling plate. Other than that, they look like they're identical products. Let's put that onto one side, and I'll need a head from my previous tripod. This is a Leofoto LS-223CEX tripod. Now they do offer quite an extensive range of ball heads, and they are premium quality ball heads. Beautiful finish again. Now I've gone with a slightly smaller one, so this is will go directly onto the leveling plate like so. Okay, so now that is now into position on the leveling plate. Now you'll notice that the leveling plate, and the real advantage of this leveling plate is, rather than trying to get the whole tripod level on uneven ground by extending and making legs longer or shorter, we can, I'll just extend one leg so we have a crooked tripod there. I can now level this using the leveling plate rather than spending or wasting many minutes trying to shorten the legs. So I'll just loosened off the screw attachment there, and now that allows me to roll that ball around, and it's got a spirit or a bubble level that I can acquire a level ground or leveling base there. So that's leveling base has already saved me minutes in the setup. And one of the great advantages of working with such a small and light tripod is it is very easy just to pull stumps and try and find a different vantage point very quickly. Now that I've got that set up, now you might think that I might go directly onto the Arca Swiss head here in vertical mode. But of course, what I want to do is I want to be able to rotate this camera around the no parallax point. So for that, I'll also need one more additional product, and that is a nodal slider. So the nodal slider will go onto the Arca Swiss head here. Now this allows me to move the nodal slider backwards and forwards. Now the no parallax point will be achieved by moving the camera backwards on the tripod. Okay, so now each lens will and focal length of that lens will have a particular no parallax point that you need to find. Now you can find this just by getting two verticals in the landscape, whether they're lampposts or trees, and when you're rotating the camera, the furthest vertical line shouldn't move in relation to the vertical line that you positioned in the foreground. And so once you've found that nodal point, you can make a note of that. It's very easy with a prime lens because once you've found that point, it's not going to change. So once I've attached this camera to the Arca Swiss head there, okay, we're now ready to move that into the no parallax point there. Okay, so once that's achieved, and there's also a bubble level on the nodal slider as well, this will allow me to fine tune the upper level. Okay, and now what I'm able to do with just slightly loosening that off is I can create 3 images with a 50% overlap. I use a 50% overlap just because it's easy to, whatever is in the center of one image ends up being on the edge of the next image as you move around and capture those 3 vertical images. And rotating the image on this nodal slider ensures that the software can create a seamless stitch of the foreground information and the background information. So I'm already happy with my new tripod, because I've got a number of panoramic projects that I want to do. A couple of other things I should mention on this is, if you're wanting to get an even lower angle of view, of course the tripod is going to give you that option just by getting right down onto the ground then. And I'll probably need to do the levels again, using again that bubble slider there, and also the bubble slider on the nodal rail, just so I've got an absolute level tripod head for this panoramic work. Hopefully one or two of these products is of interest to you, and if they are, I'll put some links in the info section below this movie. Now, if you are a Sony owner, I do offer a Sony support service via patreon.com. Just go to patreon.com/Mark Gaylor. I offer a range of ebooks for all of the later models Sony cameras, and I also offer cam set files for a number of the cameras which have that feature. And I do a member only seminar 9 months of the year. So if you're interested in that additional content as a Sony user, just catch up with me on patreon.com. If you've enjoyed the information, just give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to watch my subsequent videos. Okay, I'm Mark Gaylor, Sony Imaging Ambassador.